We're here at the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone in St. Helena, California, and I want to spend a little bit of time telling you about some really interesting new sauces. Now, everybody is struggling right now to put ethnic food on their menu and differentiate themselves from everybody else out there. But the learning curve is pretty steep. Now, you're all familiar with the soy, you're familiar with the teriyaki glaze, but what you might not be familiar with is ponzu sauce, Thai curry, hoisin, oyster, unagi sauce. I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's take these sauces into the kitchen and get cooking. Hi there, my name is Bill Bariwa. I'm a chef instructor at the Greystone campus of the Culinary Institute of America. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take salmon and wrap it in bacon and then glaze it. And I'll talk about the glazing a little bit later on. One of the best parts about this particular recipe is that you can take offcuts of salmon. You can take the tail meat or the belly meat, which might not make its way into the pan, and you can butcher it in such a way that it works really, really nicely. Here, for example, is a little bit of tail meat. And what I can do is I can cut through almost all the way and then fold that underneath, and now what you see is a piece of meat that's almost completely uniform, save for the fact that it's been folded under on itself. Now, if I were to put this into the pan or put it onto the grill and cook it, it would come apart. But what I'm going to be doing is wrapping it in bacon, which will hold everything together, and no one is the wiser. If I wanted to, I could also take this and butterfly that so that it would fold over on itself. And now you've got something that looks really nice. Now, here is bacon. If you can slice it a little bit thinner than you might ordinarily slice it, so much the better. And pick the salmon up after you season it with a little bit of salt and just a little bit of pepper. And wrap it in bacon. Take care not to wrap it too tightly, because as the bacon begins to cook, it will shrink up. It will hold all this meat together in a very, very nice way. And it will crisp up. But if you tie it too tightly or wrap it too tightly, what you see happening is the bacon tears, and then, before you know it, the meat is coming apart. I usually overlap the bacon by maybe 1/4 of an inch on every turn. And that seems to be just about enough for it to hold together. So, once it's all wrapped, I'm going to put a skewer right through the middle of it. And if I can do this a day ahead, so it can sit in the refrigerator overnight, so much the better. What seems to happen is the flesh firms up a little bit in the refrigerator. It absorbs the salt and the pepper and even the smoky flavor from the bacon. It just makes your life so much easier when you go to the grill. Okay, these have been on the grill now, I would say, for about 2 or 3 minutes, and I've turned them. Move them away from the fire. If it flares up, that's just good sense. If you've ever been to a sushi bar and you've had that wonderful sushi with a barbecued eel on the top, this Kikkoman unagi sauce, or sushi sauce, is the secret to that particular dish. This is a really nice blend of mirin and soy. It's a little savory, it's a little sweet, and it's 100% delicious. So, as this salmon finishes on the grill, I'm going to glaze it with some of this sushi sauce. I wish you could be here to smell how great this bacon smells on the grill. Once you put the sauce on, just be a little bit careful that it doesn't burn, because there is a little bit of sugar in here, but it gives a wonderful, savory, sweet glaze to this salmon. I'm going to go ahead and turn these and let that caramelize just a little bit. And I'm going to glaze the other side, and then we'll be ready to serve this bacon-wrapped salmon. All right, let's take this Kikkoman sushi sauce glazed salmon from the grill. Remember, I wrapped this in bacon. I got to tell you, I can hardly wait for this video to be done so that I can sit down and have a little some of this for myself. That's the secret to this great dish. There you go, bacon-wrapped salmon from the grill. But the real secret to this dish is the glaze that comes from the Kikkoman sushi sauce.